cannot begin to tell you how excited I am for this video today. I'm so excited because today we are going to be reading Annabel Monaghan books. Annabel Monaghan kind of started blowing up about like the spring, early summer of last year. I actually owned these two books when she started blowing up. If you're new here, you should know I'm always behind the times. I very rarely actually like read books in their prime. I still have not read any Annabel Monaghan books. I'm not gonna lie, I have very high expectations for these books. Also, another reason why I'm so excited to read Annabel Monaghan is that this morning, my Libby hold on Summer Romance, which was her new release last year, came in, so I can read that along with this. I also managed to secure an e-arc of It's a Love Story, which is her new release for this year. I am just gonna be binge reading all 4 of her like super popular books. I actually have previously started reading this book. I ended up soft DNFing it. I was reading it on the plane coming back from Europe last year, and for some reason on that trip, I just was not at all interested in reading. And so I was literally forcing myself to read this book, and I really want to enjoy it. So I decided to soft DNF it. But now I think it is time to pick it back up and read Annabel Monaghan, and hopefully we get a new all-time favorite author out of it. First, we're gonna read Nora Goes Off Script because that is her earliest like release out of these contemporary romances. Then we'll go same time next summer, Summer Romance, and It's a Love Story. I'm so excited. Let's get reading. So yesterday I started reading Nora Goes Off Script. I got about 50 pages into the book, which was very quick. It's currently the 24th of February, and I have only finished 3 books this month. So we're in the last week of February. I kind of want to finish all of Annabel Monaghan's books like in a day. That way I can try and up that number a little bit. I read like 50 pages in 45 minutes. So I'm not anticipating the rest of the book to take me that long because it is only 260 pages long. I have a chronic habit of going into books completely blind, which sometimes gets me into a little bit of trouble because I have no idea what the content of books are before I start reading them. So now that I know a little bit about what Nora Goes Off Script is about, let me tell you. So Nora has just gone through an extremely tough time. Her husband left her and kind of in his wake told her exactly what he thinks about her lifestyle. Basically, he made it known that he does not like the way that she is wanting to live her life. However, she was the main breadwinner in their relationship, and so she kind of got to call the shots a little bit, which he didn't like. He's left her, made her feel so little about herself. But she is a TV writer, and she generally kind of just like writes cheesy romance movies, but decided that she was going to use her real life experiences to write a movie script as kind of a healing process, and it got picked up to be made into a movie, and she offers up her house as one of the filming locations for the movie. She has all these people at her house to film, and when they leave, the guy who is playing her ex-husband decides he's going to hide out at her house for a couple of days. That is where we're at right now. So far, Leo, the guy's name is Leo, and he is being very cute with Nora's children, which is adorable, okay? Guys with kids are adorable on paper, on screen, in real life. That's just the truth. I do think, however, one thing that Nora has done that is a little bit unrealistic is she didn't do her hair and makeup to go out onto the set of the movie. I just feel like nobody would do that. I feel like anybody who is having a movie filmed at their house would want to make sure that they are like done up 100% in order to go interact with the movie stars. Other than that, I do find Nora pretty relatable. I am hooked, and I'm only 50 pages in. It's 9:05. Have I read any of Nora Goes Off Script today? No. But we're gonna see how much of this I can read in an hour. I'm on page 90, and oh my gosh, I am having the best time. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm like giggling at this man. I just can't handle it. I'm 120 pages in, so that's a little less than halfway through, and I'm like, is this a 5 stars? I'm losing my marbles here. I only gave myself another 10 minutes to read. I can't simply just sit here and finish reading this. I like this book. I have read 70 pages in the last 50 minutes. That is a lot of pages. It's 10:06. It's been an hour. I'm at page 136, which means that I read 86 pages in an hour. This third act conflict is gonna crush me. It's gonna crush my spirit. What am I gonna do? I'll 100% be finishing this tomorrow. So last night I ended up reading a couple more pages of Nora Goes Off Script before I went to sleep. When I say a couple, I mean like 40. And then when I put it down to try and go to bed, I literally, my heart, no joke, my heart was literally racing thinking about what's gonna happen in the rest of this book, because I was looking at it and I was like, there is just too much of this book left. Like, even though this book is so short, I'm like, for what's happening right now, there is simply too much of the book left. I posted this on my TikTok, but like, one of the best feelings as a reader is picking up a book and thinking to yourself, why didn't I read this sooner? Because the book is just that good. This book was on my shelf before everyone and their mother was reading Annabel Monaghan. My mother bought this book and I saw it on the shelf and just thought it was gonna be like some super hokey romance book, because that is generally kind of the book my mom likes to read. I had no idea what I was getting into when I opened this book. I'm not even done and I want to give it 5 stars. And we're back. I am home from work, showered, makeup off, everything. And I did read a couple of more pages of, what book is this? Nora Goes Off Script while I was at work. I have, I think, like exactly 30 pages left. I think I said this morning that last night when I was reading, I was like, oh my gosh, there's like a lot of pages left for what's gonna happen in the book. But now I'm like, wait, there's not enough pages left. Obviously right here, I finished reading Nora Goes Off Script. Loved it. And now I'm about to start reading it same time next summer. I have previously soft DNF'd this book, but I got like pretty far into it. Oh, what I just found. I guess I was using this as my bookmark. So I didn't really end up reading much last night after I spoke to you, because I was reading on the couch and literally falling asleep. I do really enjoy the setting of this because it takes place like on a beach. Let me give you a little bit more of a summary of what this book is about. So this book, we were following Sam, our female main character. She grew up with a beach house on Long Island and her next door neighbor, Wyatt. They were best friends and then of course turned into something more, and then when she was like 16, something happened and now they haven't spoken in years. This summer, Sam goes back to her childhood beach house with her fiance Jack, and Wyatt is there and they have not seen each other in years. And obviously, with them living next door to each other, they are going to run into each other a couple of times. I'm assuming they're gonna rekindle their relationship. Still not sure how that's gonna work, considering the fact that Sam has a fiance currently. And I'm not big on the cheating trope, so I'm not gonna lie, this book does have the potential to make me kind of mad, but we shall see where this goes. A little bit of an idiot, and I have a feeling she's about to figure it out. I literally just finished reading Same Time Next Summer. I will immediately be starting Summer Romance by Annabel Monaghan. I will immediately be starting summer romance. No questions asked, no hesitation. I am excited to see how this book goes. I've heard it's very good, especially because it has a dog in it, which I'm excited about. Good morning. Last night I finished reading Same Time Next Summer. I stayed up and I binge read like most of this book before I went to bed last night. I definitely didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Nora Goes Off Script, just because I'm never a big fan of the cheating trope. I just cannot get behind cheating, hence why I did not enjoy reading Daisy Jones and the Six, unlike the rest of the world. So like, while this book was very fun and very atmospheric, I very much enjoyed reading about Sam's growing relationship with the other people in her family. And then last night I started summer romance, but I think I literally read like 3 pages. So far I have very much enjoyed Nora Goes Off Script and thought that Same Time Next Summer was okay. I'm very excited to see how summer romance compares to both of those. Let's see how long I last out here. Okay, we're gonna ignore my appearance because I'm literally about to get in bed, but I'm also about to finish reading summer romance. And I have not gotten a single clip of me reading it, so here we go. I think it was 2 days ago, actually, I finished reading Summer Romance. I finished it like right before midnight, which is fun because that meant I read it in February instead of March. This book, I would still say, as of right now, Nora Goes Off Script is still my favorite. This one kind of felt like Nora Goes Off Script, just in a different font. Now it is time to start It's a Love Story, which I'm so excited about because obviously I've heard absolutely nothing about it because the book is not even out yet. It's not even out as you're watching this. It comes out in like May or something like that. Yesterday I started reading Summer Romance and I am currently 17% of the way through. We're following Jane. She kind of grew up a little bit of a child star. She was on a TV show when she was in her early teens, and now she has grown up and she's working for a movie production company. She finds this script that she just feels so passionately about that she desperately wants to get made. So she is determined to do everything that she can to get the movie made. Through this, it puts her in a close proximity with a cinematographer who works for the same production company that she just like does not like. In the process of trying to get the movie made, Jane promised that she could get a very famous pop star to write a song for the soundtrack, except she hasn't talked to him in like 20 years. Now she is trying to figure out how she's gonna get him to make the song. I'm kind of hoping to finish this book today. If I were to ever make merch, I think I would have to put that saying on a shirt because I say it in at least every video, and in at least every video it's not true. It's now almost 7. You can't see the time on the clock, but yeah, trust me, I'm telling you the truth. I'm currently 52% of the way through It's a Love Story. I've read, what's 52 minus 17? I've read 35% today. That's not bad. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bored. I'm just like not really believing in the romance. Last night I finished reading It's a Love Story. I did end up enjoying it more by the end than I was feeling like in the middle. When I was at like 40, 50-ish%, I was kind of like, I'm honestly kind of bored and this book is having a really hard time like keeping my attention. Once I got to like the 80% mark, I was like really into it. I guess it just took me a little bit longer to actually like really get into the book. So now I have read 4 of Annabel Monaghan's books. After reading all of these, still Nora Goes Off Script is my favorite. So I think my ratings for these are Nora Goes Off Script is a 5-star, Same Time Next Summer is a 3 stars, and both Summer Romance and It's a Love Story are a 4 stars. But I find it so interesting that her oldest release is my favorite, and this is also the shortest of the 4 books. Nora Goes Off Script I don't know what it was about it, but I just absolutely fell in love with these characters and seeing the way that their relationships developed over the course of the book. Same time next summer, I knew I wasn't going to enjoy this one as much because of one of the tropes that is a very big part of this story. It's just one that I don't like no matter what book it's in. I just knew I wasn't going to enjoy it as much. So I gave it 3 stars. Summer Romance honestly just kind of felt like it was Nora Goes Off Script, like in a different font. And so that's why I think I did enjoy it a little bit more than Same Time Next Summer, but not as much as Nora Goes Off Script. It's a love story. It just took me a really long time to get into the book. Just from the beginning, the guy kind of gave me a little bit of an ick. She describes him as somebody who looks like he's never brushed his hair, and that is just one of my biggest icks. And so like the whole way through the book, I'm just picturing this like guy who doesn't like really take care of himself, which is just like not appealing to me. Then it kind of dampened the whole romance in the book. But I do love how Annabel Monaghan's books are kind of very reminiscent of Emily Henry's books because they do read very much like a woman's fiction with a subplot of romance, because at the end of the day, the most important thing that comes out of the book is not the romance, it is what the female main character learns about herself and like what she wants for her life. Reading these books, it's like very empowering and like causes me to be very introspective and self-reflective. And so I loved her writing, and I have so many pages dog-eared. So I thought it'd be fun to read some of the things that I marked. His energy demanded attention, as if the people around him were all worshipping at the Temple of Ben. It's hard to explain what it's like to have a person like this focus all of his attention on you. I don't know if it comes across right in the movie, but there is this moment where you adopt everyone else's belief system and suddenly you're worshipping too. Have you ever felt like you're disappearing? Like you're sure one day you're gonna wake up and find that the truest parts of yourself have been replaced by someone else's plans? I'm trying to remember the last time an adult took over one of my responsibilities. Ben would sometimes run out for toilet paper or pick up the kids from school. It occurs to me now how long I've been doing this all on my own. When I was 2 kids and 1 broken house into the marriage, I had to face the fact that Ben didn't really like much about me at all. He didn't like my worldview, my hair, my house. He was blind to my best qualities, and eventually I was too. I think our whole marriage was about me trying to make him glad he picked me. I humored him about his poorly thought out projects. I made the money but did it quietly so he could feel like his work was what mattered. Like I was waiting tables while he finished medical school. I even started using his words to describe my work. Another dumb romance. I cooked the food and tried to be upbeat for the kids. I remembered his mother's birthday and sent her gifts. It wasn't enough. It was really inspiring, like reading all of these books and watching the female main character rediscover herself throughout the pages. It makes me want to read more books like that. So I can't believe I've just caught up on all of Annabel Monaghan's books. It's disappointing. But hey, I can reread them when I want. So that was me reading Annabel Monaghan books for a week. And last night I finished my first book of March. That is all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up to let me know that you enjoy this type of content. Comment down below the last book that you rated a 5 stars, because Nora Goes Off Script was my first 5-star of the year that was not a reread, so that is super exciting. And subscribe to my channel for more bookish content in the future. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!